Hey, my lovely people. Welcome back to A Black Cat's Voice. I'm here with a brand new episode for you guys. But before we discuss today's topic, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of my supporters. I've definitely felt discouraged throughout this process. I've even had people I love who have told me that maybe I should stop podcasting. So, to each and every person who not just believes in my dream but actually supports my craft, I just really want to say thank you guys, because you are the reason why I do this, and from the bottom of my heart I just really appreciate it. So today's topic, I want to talk about hold the applause. That's the name of this episode. Hold the applause. The main point I want to make is that just because you may not always hear about how good you're doing, it doesn't mean you're not doing good. Now, let me say that one more time. Just because you may not always hear about how good you're doing, it doesn't mean you're not doing good. So, everybody who follows you, whether in real life or on one of your social media platforms, they want to see what you're up to. Every single person has that in common. They want to see what you're up to. Now, some of these people want to genuinely love and support you. Some of these people really have your back and want to see you and support you in your growth process. And shout out to these people, because those are the most amazing people in your life. Now, some of the people who follow you are just nosy. They may not have ill intentions. They may not be preying on your downfall. But some people just want to look so they'll have something to talk about at their next lunch date, or when they get on the phone later, or, whatever the case may be. Some people are just genuinely nosy and love to know other people's business. Now, the last group of people who follow you are your haters. Your haters are people who hate you, and they're watching you just hoping to see if or when you fail. And unfortunately, I feel we probably all have some people like this who follow us, who keep up with us, and they're just haters. They really are. Now, people not clapping for you doesn't mean you're not doing well. Some people won't clap when you have an accomplishment, when you celebrate doing something successful, simply because it's you. Some people don't like what you're doing just because it's you. Somebody else can buy that exact same car, go through the exact same process you went through, and they won't clap for you, but they'll clap for that other person. Because some people are just really haters like that. They only hate you because it's you. Now, other people who might not clap for you probably want you to fail, and they might even be upset that you're doing so good. Like, some people don't give you the congratulations, don't give you the clapping hand emojis or the pat on the back, because they want you to fail. And the fact that you're still doing good and you're still not failing, it really rubs them the wrong way. So when it comes to all this, you just really have to remember that you can't please everybody. So it's kind of a waste of time to keep trying. You're never going to please everybody. You're never going to be everybody's best friend. So might as well let that go. Just saying. Another point I wanted to make, your biggest fans are your haters. I learned this from one of my aunties. We were having a discussion, and she was telling me that your haters watch your every move. They constantly keep up with what you're doing so they can critique it. And to keep up with what somebody's doing, that makes you a fan. And ever since then, I always looked at it like that. Shout out to my auntie. Ever since then, I just always kept in mind that anybody hating on me is keeping up with me. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, There's a Thin Line Between Love and Hate, but just that statement alone, there really is a thin line between love and hate. Because when you think about it, for somebody to hate on you know, in any aspect, that means they're watching you. Like, for example, if I change my hair, you know, I put Bantu knots in my hair or whatever the case may be, and somebody tells me, oh, that's ugly, I liked how your hair was before. You know, for you to even say that, you're giving me attention, because you know what my hair looks like before and you know what it looks like now, which means you're paying attention. And for you to even hate on me in the first place, that means you're giving me your attention. With all of this is why it is so important to clap for yourself. You gotta root for yourself even if nobody else does. You know how many situations, how many places I've been in where I literally had nobody rooting for me. I might have been the only black person there. I might have been the youngest person in the room. I might have been the only person in the room without a degree. And in all these situations, I really didn't have nobody rooting for me, but I rooted for myself. I really believed in myself, and my belief in myself is what has got me to the point that I'm at now. You know, you really have to root for yourself, because it's not always going to be somebody there to clap for you. Like, I really believe we should all be our own biggest fans. And even if you're not your biggest fan, because I understand, you know, sometimes your kids will give you a run for your money. Sometimes your mom will give you a run for your money. Sometimes your partner will really give you a run for your money. And they will just make you feel so good about yourself, you know, even better than you can make yourself feel. So they might take the place of being your biggest fan, which is fine. But at the end of the day, you always have to be a fan of yourself. You always. Because if you don't even like yourself, how can you expect other people to like you? You know, when you're your own biggest fan, or even if you're not, even if you're a fan of yourself, if you feel good about yourself, who you are inside and out, when you look in the mirror, when you walk around, there's just a peace that comes with it that I can't even explain. You know, when you feel good about yourself, nobody can take that from you. So you have to be one of your biggest fans. And by doing this, it actually helps just in life, because whether people clap for your accomplishments or not, you're always going to be okay. Whether people celebrate your success or not, you're always going to be okay. You know, you can't do everything for applause, because there's not always going to be somebody willing or even available to give you that applause. And when the audience is done clapping, what do they usually do? They get back to watching the show. So whether people clap for you or not, you're the star. You got to keep it going. The show must go on. With or without applause, the show always has to go on. Because whether you like it or not, they watching. They watching. And for everybody who's watching me, I'm going to give you something amazing to look at. And it's not even for you, it's for me. Me feeling good about myself is for me. I don't do it for applause. The applause is extra. The fact that I can sleep at night in peace, that's what makes me feel good. The fact that when I get ready for work and I look at myself in the mirror in the morning, I feel good about the person that's looking back at me. I don't feel ashamed. I don't feel afraid. I feel proud of the person who's looking back at me. And that's why you really can't live your life for the applause. Long as you clap for yourself, it's an amazing show, because who can tell you that it's not? Who can tell you that you're not doing good? People can tell you that, but you don't have to believe it. And just because someone's clapping for you or celebrating what you're doing, it also doesn't mean that you're doing the right thing. You have to do what's right for you. And just remember what it really means when they hold the applause. Thank you for listening. Take care.